Meanwhile, over at the Los Angeles Times, Bernie Sanders wrote an op-ed. And this is, I think, worth sharing. The headline is, "I support Hillary Clinton, so should everyone who voted for me." He points out, he starts it out saying, you know, I ran against Hillary Clinton. I got 46% of the delegates, and she received 54% of the delegates. So it was a serious challenge. And then he goes on to say, you know, Donald Trump would be a disaster and an embarrassment for our country. He points out that he's not saying anything of substance on issues like the economy, the education system, our healthcare system, or our environment. That his campaign is based on bigotry and hate. And then he goes on to say, in these difficult times, we need a president who will bring our nation together, not someone who will divide us by race or religion, or not someone who lacks an understanding of what our Constitution is about. On virtually every major issue facing this country and the needs of working families, Clinton's positions are far superior to Trump's. This is Bernie Sanders speaking. Our campaigns worked together to produce the most progressive platform in the history of American politics, while Trump's campaign wrote one of the most reactionary documents. Clinton understands that Citizens United has undermined our democracy. She will nominate justices who are prepared to overturn that Supreme Court decision, which has made it possible for billionaires to buy elections. Her court appointees would protect a woman's right to choose, would protect workers' rights, would protect the rights of LGBT community, would protect the needs of minorities and immigrants, and the government's ability to protect the environment. Trump, on the other hand, has made it clear that his Supreme Court nominees would preserve the court's right-wing majority. Clinton understands that in a competitive global economy, we need the best educated workforce in the world. She and I, this is Bernie Sanders speaking, work together on a proposal that will revolutionize higher education in America. It will guarantee that the children of any family in this country with an annual income of $125,000 a year or less, 83% of our population, will be able to go to public college or university tuition free. This proposal also substantially reduces student debt. Trump, on the other hand, has barely said a word about higher education. And I would note he's being sued for running a phony university. Clinton understands that at a time of massive income and wealth inequality, it's absurd to provide huge tax breaks to the very rich. Trump, on the other hand, wants billionaire families like his to enjoy hundreds of billions of dollars in new tax breaks. Clinton understands that climate change is real and is caused by human activity and is one of the great environmental crises facing our planet. He knows that we must transform our energy system away from fossil fuels and move aggressively to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. Trump, on the other hand, like most Republicans, rejects climate science and the conclusions of almost all major researchers in the field. He believes that climate change is a hoax and that there's no need to address it. Then he goes on, universal health care. Clinton understands the country must move toward universal health care. This was actually her issue back in 1993. She wants to see that all Americans have the right to choose a public option in their health care exchange, that anyone 55 or older should be able to opt into Medicare, and that we must greatly improve primary health care through a major expansion of community health centers. And she wants to lower the outrageously high cost of prescription drugs. And what is Donald Trump's position on health care? He wants to abolish the Affordable Care Act, throw 20 million people off the health insurance that they have, and cut Medicaid for lower-income Americans. He ends it by saying, I understand that many of my supporters are disappointed by the final results of the nominating process, but being despondent and inactive is not going to improve anything. Going forward and continuing the struggle is what matters, and in that struggle, the most immediate task we face is to defeat Donald Trump. Bernie Sanders op-ed in today's Los Angeles Times.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.